Third and final matchup of top 10 teams on Saturday. Number 5 Tennessee goes to Rupp Arena in Lexington to take on number 10 Kentucky. Saturday, 8 p.m. tip-off on ESPN. Literally, just turn on ESPN at 4 o'clock and watch 3 straight top 10 matchups. It's going to be awesome. Eli, you have Tennessee 4th in the country versus 5 for the AP. You have Kentucky 11th versus 10 for the AP, so pretty close here. Game almost a pick'em. Haslametrics has Tennessee -1, over-under of 159 in this. Which is it a bounce back spot for? Because they're both coming off losses.
Yeah, it's a great point. And you go back to last year, maybe a little bit of revenge for Tennessee just because Kentucky swept their regular season series in the 2022-2023 season. Huge injuries, though. I mean, huge to monitor for this game because I thought Kentucky was playing it safe against Florida, and maybe they shouldn't have because they lost in overtime, and I don't know why. You want to get on your soapbox and rant about inefficient offenses and mid-range jump shots? Why isn't Cal fouling down or up 3 in the final 10 seconds against Florida? What? I'm going to keep it clean again. What are you doing, John Calipari? But the injuries, I won't rant for too long. DJ Wagner, ankle injury. Justin Edwards, leg injury. Both didn't play against Florida. Cal did not seem super optimistic for their status in this Tennessee game, or at least he kind of alluded to the fact that Kentucky won't be at full strength. So you have to monitor those games or those players for this game. And keep in mind, I make this game around a pick when these two teams are fully healthy. So if Kentucky isn't at full strength, the market will take that into account, and I will as well. But Kentucky's defense, I brought this up with not only UNC and maybe their fraudulency at that end of the floor, but Kentucky, I mean, it's there for you. You could see it at eye level with how poor this team is at the defensive end of the floor. Since December 16th, when they got Bradshaw and Onyenso back, and keep in mind, Onyenso in the starting lineup, 8 blocks against Florida. So huge impact when he's on the floor in terms of his rim protection. But still, since mid-December, Kentucky 96th in adjusted defensive efficiency. They played an Arkansas team last Saturday that some might have called a get-right spot for Kentucky's defense. Well, Arkansas plain and simple sucks, besides the fact that they put up 90-plus points against Missouri last night, who also sucks in league play of the SEC. So I'm not taking too much out of Kentucky's defensive performance last week, even though, like I mentioned, Onyenso in the starting lineup and Aduthiero back at full strength benefits them at that end of the floor. Tennessee lost as a double-digit favorite, like you alluded to, against South Carolina on Tuesday. But the one area of concern I have that kind of relates back to Tennessee last year in both of those losses, Tennessee ranks in the 19th percentile in transition defense. If Kentucky is at full strength or close to at full strength, that's where Kentucky excels. Now, I know they've been lackadaisical defensively, and I can't tell you how many times we saw Kentucky just leave open shooters because maybe some of their freshmen just haven't been in those kind of spots, like Reed Shepherd. 3 or 4 times against Florida, just leaving open guys from deep. But if Kentucky could push the pace, like I brought up with Kansas, and get those plus matchups, 3-on-2, 4-on-2 matchups in transition, that's where Dillingham and this elite Kentucky offense is going to have an edge.
You've made excellent points, and a lot of it mirrors the notes I have for this game, so I won't go into further detail on that. I lean Tennessee here in this spot. I'll just give a player prop that I'm eyeing, and hat tip to one of our Discord members who's been pointing this out. It is Dalton Connect going into last game, taking 36.5% of Tennessee's shots and averaging 28 in conference play per game in terms of points per game. And then on Tuesday, he took 41% of Tennessee's shots. It's wild. If you look at the total points he's put up, working backwards, 31, 32, 25, 39, 36, 28. And sportsbooks recently have only been hanging an over-under of 21.5. So I'll be looking for that prop for Tennessee and Dalton Connect in Rupp Arena on Saturday.